Good morning, fellow Ambazonians. Today, now Wednesday, number 22 day for this month of May 2024. My name na Capo Daniel, una own countryman, sense past king, Lukong, Mr. No Connie. Una welcome to another episode of our daily podcast, a program where they bring the truth for una. It bring una meaningful information, fact-based analysis for help we as we work out for this journey to our freedom, to the independence of Ambazonia. Our good people at home and abroad, our refugees, IDPs, those who are incarcerated in La République du Cameroon dungeon, I bring una all liberation greetings. We start today with good news where they come from inside our territory, for inside Kumbu, where La République du Cameroon, their military truck them where they carry and for go do 20th May as they one come out, they enter inside accident where one of the vehicle them their tire come out, the motor capsized, one passenger he die. For the motor, it then be confirmed so one passenger he die. A lot of them get injury, very serious injury. We hear say one of them, his foot broke completely. So we know say God is the fight for our side. This one now one of the casualties and where you could remind La République du Cameroon the price for this war. Say this war, the end solution for every war, now for negotiation table, and a time for both sides for sit down for negotiate and end this war of shame, where it leads to death on both sides, and would appeal for a negotiated settlement as the position of the People's Right Advocative Platform. Also for Kumfutu, our boys them for behind Menchum, for below Menchum, then launch a brazen attack taking full advantage for La République de convoy them, where they return back home from celebrating this 20th May where they can stage them. As we know, the vast majority of those elites them, they need to stay for our territory. They launch a brazen attack where if we already show the Cameroon military, unfortunately from our boy, their testimony, now only bullet them be lack, but the attack will be very successful, even though their target will live for tell the story.
The gods of Fungom, they could not allow it to happen. The convoy of the mayor of Zwa and the honorable parliamentarian of Menchum North constituency was attacked today. Today, the 21st of May 2024. But all of us, we are alive. God is a living God. God is a living God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. The convoy was attacked between Kumfutu and Zwa. Between Kumfutu and Zwa, as I'm telling you people, between Kumfutu and Zwa.
So that attack, now one of those classic attack them way, would only put out educational material them for teach our boy them how to attack the enemy, how to ambush them in a more effective manner. It was a very good attack in terms of tactics, and we the points to this attacks them as one of the reason why La République du Cameroon me they know say go up, calm down, they no go ever govern our territory without our consent. This one nothing will then demonstrate them clearly, and our boys they will always continue for demonstrate them, and it points to the need for a negotiated settlement. Now the only thing where if we end this war, a solution where it could be acceptable just to our people them. Now only if we end this war. Fellow Ambazonians, a very sad issue that happened, but it not be unexpected because there is nothing that surprises us. Tapang Ivo, Tanku, it don't go out, it don't release a very sensitive information out of a phone conversation where I get them for ye. I yes, they don't publish the audio way record them for the phone call where they give very sensitive information about our diplomatic engagement. And those type of information, once they be for public, then get strong ramification because there are just things that you don't talk on social media. There are many things that are going on with other Ambazonian leaders that I know during the negotiation and interaction with Cameroon and other state parties that I am very aware that I've been briefed. They know that I know, but we have never gone to tell this type of things in the public, because you must give diplomatic space a chance for them to work. You must. It is just how it works. Nobody who is sensible would release specific details of intelligence that are active in diplomacy like Tapang Ivo did. But it does not surprise me, because Tapang Ivo, I should tell every Ambazonian, it is somebody that I respect. He is a personal friend of mine. When I say personal, that means we go a long way. We know our families, we know our girlfriends, we know the things we do and all this type of things. So we are very personal. We engage in that level. And this is a betrayer, because he didn't just betray me, he has betrayed the struggle by putting out information that have direct ramification, identify people in state parties that are involved in our diplomatic efforts in Ambazonia. But I must tell this to the Ambazonia people to define who is Tapang Ivo. When I was working with Ayabacho and the Egg of Sea, we know that Tapang Ivo had received money for La Republique. We know that he was working for La Republique. That was what we had come to conclusion with. And that is always appear in our debates, and there is no need for me to be revealing those debates for respect of those people that I have relationship with them in the ADF. When we were fighting before they wanted to kill General Efang in Bui, Tapang Ivo was going out there specifically to provoke the boys in Bui Warrior to kill General Efang and the other ADF. He was going out there telling the Bui Warrior soldiers and the public that the ADF have sent General Efang to go and kill Chacha, when he knows that there was no decision made by the ADF for General Efang to kill Chacha, and Efang was simply going there with the boys in the Labo camp to go and collect a weapon. And for some mission, they might have had some mission to kill people, but that was never something that the cabinet in the ADF has discussed. It was never the intention of General Efang to kill Chacha. He was instigating infighting. He has always been instigating infighting. When we're negotiating in Canada, there were a principal, an interlocutor within the Cameroon government that had specific information that nobody else had. That information appeared in one of the outing of Tapang Ivo that shows that he has certain contacts that are not regular, contacts that were very important to the Paul Biya's regime as they were engaging in Canada. So there are many, many examples of Tapang, a boy that we all know have struggled in front of us, and suddenly he is coming from a person that will require money to buy a laptop from the Egg of Sea, managing his divorce with his wife, eventually out of a sudden, boom, buying a land and building a house. We all know how those things happen. But for sure, we had that conclusion that based on Tapang Ivo's activity, he has received soya. That was the assumption we had in the ADF. And one of the things was that he called Ayabacho at one point when a Cameroon minister, I think I've released the conversation, a Cameroon minister had approached him about the possibility of receiving bribe. And he did not put this information publicly or discuss with people that were close to him, but he called Ayabacho and told Ayabacho that Ayabacho recorded the audio and that this minister of Cameroon have contacted him about bribe, which we interpreted Ayabacho himself get the impression like Tapang Ivo was asking him to find out his own flexibility to show him this line. So we know these things. When somebody's behavior is not normal, it is contrary to any logic, then the obvious is either he is stupid or he has been bribed. But we know that Tapang Ivo is not a stupid boy. And I want to define him so that Ambazonia should know what Tapang is, what he has said in this struggle, so that you can define him by his own conduct. But what Tapang did to release specific information which he could withhold about the British government in our effort to try to resolve this problem is despicable. But Ambazonians should know something. When we went to Canada, the Canadian government, after the first session, the ambassador to Cameroon, he pulled me aside together with the new ambassador of Canada and one rep who was working with the Commonwealth. They pulled me aside and have a 2 hours meeting, just me alone. And they congratulated me in front of the other members who were there and give our people a very important critical thinking. They told them, we congratulate you, Capo Daniel, for your defense of Ambazonian struggle integrity. It is because of the defense you have put out there in the international community for all the atrocities that has happened in Ambazonia that have earned you people this chance. And this chance in Canada was one in a lifetime chance the international community is giving you people. If you people mess this up, I can guarantee you there will be no any other chance for Ambazonia to have any negotiation, settlement, or have a say in how things will move forward. So these are the things that I've done for our country that our people should know. But I will play some audio for Tapang Ivo, make una understand who a Tapang Ivo be, and it will give una perspective on who we would deal with. Una listen for Tapang Ivo. This one na the first audio I go play am na one of the audio them in the beginning of this struggle. Una know say Tapang Ivo, just like Seseko Ayoktabi and many of our people, then when this struggle be start, we will all want take and for way it go fit get solution. But we get Ayabacho, where and Sheikh Kavi, they be already radicalized. They be the struggle for inject war. They be one for provoke war with Cameroon. No matter how we negotiate, and I get first-hand experience for this one, because the first big protest will be planned for Ambazonia when this strike be start. When I need John Fundi, it will be one of the idea. It will be on the 7th of January 2007, if my dates are not wrong. We will begin to get a massive all-out rally for our people and for demand federation, for demand equality. That protest be end up being cancelled. Why? Because I have a be the only find way for recruit boy them, me then carry Ambazonian flag during those period, and where the La Republic will talk say go be provoked, and they go consider one like a declaration of war, and they go kill people. So I want to just give you the background for what it be happen during those period them. But I want me gonna hear Tapang Ivo in his own words, so that me gonna know exactly who he be. Gonna listen.
Brief for this, because one, I want to advise people, not my followers. It is at your discretion if you want to side with SCNC or whatever. But SCNC activist Sheikh Kiavo Milim went online and told me and called my name in his video saying I'm against his views. Of course, I'm against anything SCNC. Of course, I'm against anything that brings division to people's lives. I'm against anything that brings division in Cameroon. Cameroon was already one. Cameroon is one. Even before we were colonized, we were one. Even after we were colonized, we're still reunited as one, although it was not signed. I am for one Cameroon. I don't stand and I will never ever support anything SCNC. SCNC is a self-determination group in Cameroon that is even illegal in the first place. Like any other state, they have the right to sovereignty. Biya has every right. SCNC activists who are seeking to divide the country.
So, unadi hear Tapang Ivo in his own word, as early in this struggle, when our lawyer did be killed, our Pekin did be killed, it make his position very clear. He stand for one Cameroon. He say Cameroon no go ever be divided. He even support Pobia right. Say Pobia get a right for kill SCNC people them. Una hear he in his own word.
I'm against anything that brings division in Cameroon. Cameroon was already one. Cameroon is one. Even before we were colonized, we were one. Even after we were colonized, we're still reunited as one, although it was not signed. I am for one Cameroon. I don't stand and I will never ever support anything SCNC.
So, now the Tapang Ivo that in his own words them, me gonna know. And Tapang Ivo, it be not always they consider Ayabacho and a group which Sheikh Kavi will maleng them as infiltrator them for this Ambazonian struggle, where it been a legitimate struggle, where Ayabacho them, according to ye, they want to turn them into war when they think that way Cameroon be the waiter. When I listen.
Of course, I don't want a Cameroon where people are dividing themselves or want to seek independence. No, I don't. The lawyers put up a genuine strike because they identified every Cameroonian along one thing, the Anglophone problem, and not along SCNC or CPDM or SDF or whatever. No. If they brought in partisans or party whatever or groups or whatever, people could have backed out. People came to side with the lawyers and teachers because they accepted that Cameroon Cameroon has a problem, the Anglophone problem. We are marginalized. So what is the solution? That we should simply come together, sit and dialogue and say, okay, Mr. Biya, please, let us try to see how we can do this. Let's try to see how, if you get one, I get one. If you get two, I get two, which is a good thing. Is that a bad thing? No, it's not a bad thing, right?
So I want me gonna hear Uduna own voice, because the enemy is working very hard to torpedo any hope for peace. Our people are wicked, I tell you, Ambazonians. When I came up with this word, the wicked black man syndrome, it wasn't a joke. When I tell you people that Tapang Ivo is wicked and evil, our people are wicked and evil. The worst thing that can happen to Ambazonian is that he sees somebody else leading and taking solutions that will bring success to our people. Tapang Ivo's motivation, only God alone knows. But when somebody contradicts himself in logic without any logical explanation, the only thing is that you know his motivation. This is Tapang Ivo in his own words, and I want you to hear. Why will this boy be trying to instigate infighting in Ambazonia, trying to put one group against the other? Like I said, anybody that wants this war to continue indefinitely is either working with the Ferdinand Gongos faction of La République du Cameroon government, with Atanji Paul, or is somebody who is so corrupt in their soul and drunk by power and envy and jealousy to even resolve the problem, because they want our people to continue to suffer unless they are the ones who bring the solution. Nevertheless, you shall know the truth for everybody. Like my friend in China always say, God will expose everybody in the Ambazonian struggle for our people, because we could have been in hell if, God forbid, we had just had independence without us knowing who we are as a people. Listen to Tapang Ivo. So this is how Tapang Ivo had seen the Ayabachus as infiltrators. Listen to him.
Just walk. When you see the policeman carry a bottle of water and give him, oh, boy, I bet you can drink, sir, master. You don't try. Right now, as of yesterday in Cameroon, there was a Boko Haram attack in the north. These are the police who are guarding us against Boko Haram. Now we are dividing the country, and these are the same useless SCNC activists wanting to divide the country. We are fighting Boko Haram in the north. People are there wanting violence on the streets. People are there. Look at my post. Most of them who come and say, no, they should go and fight. They should exercise. They should go and fight. Are mostly SCNC people. Not all SCNCs. I will not lump all SCNCs. There are some people with good hearts. There are some ones with very bad policies. What Sheikh Yabo War Milim writes is very bad. What he says is very bad. Don't send your brothers and sisters to go and fight. These people are sitting in the West. That's all. They want the country to divide. They have simply seen a good cause made by the lawyer, and they are infiltrating now to bring it to the table. Because they know when the minister invites them in Yaoundé, they would now bring in the SCNC thing. No, please, Mr. Biya, my own president, my good president, please be watchful about this. Be watchful.
So, now Tapang Ivo that in its own word. No be say some person they can misinterpret it, some person they can twist them like how they do them. I don't tell you, say for this struggle, the only way that they always talk for Capo Daniel, now either they don't go form some story, or they go twist my word, but this one na Tapang Ivo in his own word. Even when we be go negotiate for Canada, we will be negotiate with La République, it be get we the best and only opportunity to obligate them for free ourselves. Guess who it be the see sabotage that struggle along the line of the Atanganji Port, the way they be do everything for stop the Canadian talk. The Atanganji Port them they be the convince La République du Cameroon say we Ambazonia them will no one for go for day, it no go ever succeed, and you get their own alliances and within our struggle way, despite all the evidence say they talk for Canada, it be been a true talk with Cameroon system that they participate for day. Tapang Ivo, knowing all the truth, went out there to sabotage and put out messages that were sent to the Cameroon government to provoke them about what was going on. And in doing so, Tapang Ivo even betray how it see the Ambazonian struggle as a struggle for terrorism. Wanna listen for ye carefully.
The armed is not even part of the so-called conference. Yet, Ambazonians are running behind Canada with empty hands. Arms is not even part of the Canadian conference. Talk less of the Swiss conference that has been rolling for more than 2 months, for 2 years. Cameroon was not even part of it because Cameroon is not blinking. But we Ambazonians, we are the ones blinking. Each time they wave at us, we blink. Each time they wave, we blink. Stupid. Completely stupid. What are we afraid of? Are we afraid because Facebook labeled us terrorists? Who is Facebook? Facebook is a non-state actor. Irrelevant to a point where it even changes its name to Meta. Facebook, some digital platform, I don't know how to substantiate it, calling you a terrorist and you're panicking. Maybe that's why you're rushing to Canada to prove a point that terrorists do negotiate. No, don't expect the Hague of C to tender an apology for the people of Amazonia. It is a wrong move. It is completely a wrong move. If, for example, Sako was part of that Canadian conference, everyone will say, oh, Sako don't take money, Sako not sit man, Sako not this. Now it's the Hague of C. What should we say? Should I come and say, oh, no, it's a good thing? No, when it doesn't sound right in Tapang's ear, it is not right.
So, as they hawks them for the regime, they be the die, they the crisis Ambazonia, they don't get negotiation with the international community back and for Canada. Tapang Ivo be day out for sabotage them, for discourage them, for even provoke the Cameroon as they be talk say me being a secret talk, me them back out for that talk. In line with which we are Tanganjipo and the Ferdinand Gongo them, they be all the witcham. CDN, when are the only NGO where the British government be invite them, time where they be chair for the Security Council. A genuine Ambazonian-based NGO way than the help we, all Ambazonian group them for Ground Zero, they know where to where CDN then be. Tapang Ivo, just like how we they are Tanganjipo, they go after them, he too, he do their dirty job. And I want me gonna no say people the way they be under the influence, they always be aligned with a Tanganji Paul. Believe me or not, any man way when I want for no people really run compromise for this struggle, me when I see the how they go be in line with a Tanganji Paul in everything where they do them. Then you will know who is for Ambazonia and who is actually working for the enemy actively.
Website of this CDN, they are stating that they are for dialogue. That is stand for dialogue and nothing but dialogue. These people clearly state dialogue. CD, the Coalition for Dialogue and Negotiation. Now, let me give you the two differences between dialogue and negotiation. Dialogue means that.
So, when I ask yourself, what will probably any logic person come to conclude? Tapang Ivo, who in the beginning was calling Ayabacho an infiltrator, and Sheikh Kavi, the SCNC, as people want to divide the country, who wanted to fight the country, out of a sudden, is against dialogue, is against negotiation, is going out to blackmail the CDN, is going out to blackmail negotiation that were genuine, that were internationally backed. Who is Tapang Ivo working for? His only job when he was working with the ADF as a spokesperson was to provoke and engineer infighting, doing everything that Tanganjipo want us to do. Fight each other, show the world that we are caricature people who are primitive, reject all negotiation and just be like fools. The same as they are trying to do with our people on the ground. But the truth never lies. The truth is always there for every logical person to see. Even when they release Regina Mundi, how Tapang Ivo be do no say they be receive money? How Tapang Ivo if be do know for can put those information for outside?
Strategies when I get prisoner, when I feel hold them on bail. When I catch one of those or two or this or three of those enablers, the one the way they come out diaspora where they never ever talk for the revolution, but they feel say they feel run business inside Amazonia for war. When I catch them, they go pay 2 million francs before they.
So now Tapang Ivo that a PhD holder encouraging Ambazonian soldiers to kidnap diaspora for 2 million francs each. At the time when I was fighting against kidnapping, La République du Cameroon was promoting kidnapping. As a matter of fact, the soldiers who were under the influence of La République in Ground Zero, they were sent to kidnap their own quarter heads, kidnap prominent people. La République was doing all these things. Tapang Ivo always aligned with what the enemy is doing on the basis of intelligence on the ground. What will motivate somebody to ask our soldiers to kidnap? What will motivate somebody to instigate infighting? What will instigate somebody to sabotage genuine negotiation? what of all will instigate Tapang Ivo to spill and make it a public issue Ambazonian international support based on a very sensitive conversation I had with him. I will leave that to you, but like they say, a man is defined by his character, his conduct. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. I remain Capo Daniel, the most consistent Ambazonian activist and leader who have stayed on the side of our people, holding their ultimate goal as supreme to guide me in everything I do. That is a mantle I have picked up, which I will never let our people down. Capo Daniel, looking out for you, signing off.